Good morning. It's Don Taylor coming to you with another time travel dream. About 20 minutes ago, it's about 3. So I would say it's around 3:30 that I got up and made myself a cup of tea. And the reason I do that is by the time that I sit down and have my cup of tea, if it's just a dream, then it's going to go away. But if it's has any relevance, then I'm going to remember it. And it was quite long. This dream was quite long. It's a little different than the first dream visitation that I had a week ago. So this dream, I call it the church in the near future. Church in the near future. In the dream, I remember that I was flying. Maybe I was on my way there in the spirit. I remember I was there flying. This is vague. And I remember that I met a lady there in the future. And we're outside of it was a country setting. And I remember we were having fun just being together. There was daylight. And but I knew that this was sometime in the near future. It was like after the day after. That's what I felt. It was after some kind of major event, extinction level event that took many lives, and it was like the day after. I remember I met this young lady. She's really vibrant, and we got along, and we were just kind of running through the countryside. And I remember uh, that we came to this bridge. It was like an enclosed bridge of sorts that you had to climb up in order to get to the top, in order to cross over. I didn't see no water or nothing like that. And then it changed, and I remember, and this is the part that I do remember. I remember that we were kind of running together. Then I lost contact somewhere along the way, and what I remember opening up. I was on a street level. Uh, there was nothing moving. Everything was dead quiet. It was daylight, and I remember opening up a commercial doorway, and it was, I don't know if the door handle might have been on the left hand side. I remember opening it, and it might have been a school or something like that, right? Opened it, and I went downstairs, right? I went downstairs. It was not a church building like you would see today, and then when I got down there, I knew that the reason I went there in the first place because I knew that this was where this girl that I met, this young lady that I met, this is where she attended. So I went there. I don't know how I knew where it was, but I went there to see if she was there. Right, that's what drew me there. And remember when I came down the stairs, it was packed. It was packed. There was maybe, I don't know, 150 people there, but it was packed. And it was no pews or nothing like that. It was seating only. And I came down there, and I remember that the people recognized me. They recognized me, and I got there late. I got there late, and I remember walking and weaving through the people uh, to a place toward the back there. There was a cluster of people, maybe half a dozen people. I remember that someone gave me their chair, there was only one seat available. When I got up, she got up, or that person got up, and they made room for me to sit. And but I knew that the people there knew me, and that's what kind of threw me off. And it might be that in this particular time travel dream, that I was put into somebody else's body. This has happened before. Maybe I could share this with you. When the Lord first came and got me back, I was working, went back to Brooks, Alberta to look for work. I met a guy there, and he was the first time that I heard the gospel, right? And anyway, I was redirected from Brooks, Alberta to Edmonton, which is the capital. So I went there and ended up hooking up with the children of God, which is kind of uncanny, right? God did not take me to a church. I hooked up with the children of God, and just one guy was from Chicago, another guy was he's from Edmonton. We chummed around together. We had such a close walk in the spirit, like unity. It was unbelievable. We would memorize a scripture per day, right? So we would kind of hang out with the during the day. We would kind of hang out with the group downtown. The group there hung out at the main library, but we were, basically the three of us were in one accord. So as I remember, I had this 1964 four-door Chevy, and I still had that. This was my dad's car. He sold it to me for $400. This would be back, 1970, maybe around there. And I remember this was close to the time where God was going to split us up. And we made a drive to up north to Dawson Creek, Dawson City. And, we're going up toward the Alaska Highway. And I think it was Dawson Creek, and they had just built a brand new library. We used to hang out in libraries most of the time, right? And I remember the three of us, we went into the library, we went up into the mezzanine to the second level and sat down. And we were always reading scripture, always memorizing scripture. Every day you had to remember a scripture every day, and every day you would add one to it. So at the time I knew, I don't know, 100, 150, a couple hundred scriptures by heart. And I was hanging out with these guys for almost 3 months. And I sat down, I was reading the book of Esther. And the Lord took me into a trance, and I didn't know at the time, but the Lord translated me from that present reality back into the book of Esther, where he put me into the body of Esther, or the body of Mordecai, not the body of Esther. And I got to experience, to see what he saw. Everything, it was identical. It was the most amazing thing. Anyway, it was like that. And but I think I've time traveled there from present reality in the dream, in my spirit, that I flew there. And I met this lady, and we were just enjoying the time, right? Not doing anything bad. We just enjoyed each other's company, and I somewhere along the way I ended up, we got split apart. Then I went to her church looking for her, and I remember, walking in, like I was saying, I was recognized by the people there. Everybody there was precious. I remember looking around. It was like an old, like the basement of a school. That's what it was like. But one thing that did catch my attention, the chair that I sat on was like a old-fashioned 1950s chair that had those cushions, like a cushion, but it had the plastic top. But it had a big rip in it, and if you had something like that today, you would throw it out because it's who wants to sit in a chair with a big rip in it. But that's how it was, and that's the whole room was like that with chairs that were gathered from here and there, right? And that's the end of the dream. Uh, then when I woke up, I got up and made my tea, and it says, "Okay, Lord, if this is of you, then have me to remember this dream." So maybe it's an exercise, a spiritual exercise that I was experiencing, but the dream was real. The dream was real, and actually was able to correspond with the people there. But this time, like the first time that I went into the future, that I was in my own body that I have here. But in this dream, when a soul traveled into the future, I guess that's a word for it, that I experienced being in somebody else's body, right? I guess to be able to experience what it was like. And that was the church of the future. It would be like an old-fashioned 1950s, 1960s meeting. That's what it was. And there's a lot of older people there. I didn't see no sick. I didn't see no wheelchairs or nothing like that. Everybody there was different ages, but everyone was vibrant. And I'm just going to end the stream here. Any thoughts or comments? Please leave it in the comment section. I don't have an interpretation of the dream. It's just an experience, and maybe it's part of the like a spiritual exercise of the man-child coming into a place of spiritual maturity. Right? There's a people coming into a place of spiritual maturity. Excuse me. Takes me a while to get going in the morning. I had to get another round of this here by debating whether to take it. And they just don't give you enough. They should give you about 10 days. They only give you 7. So you have to take 2 or 3 rounds. I think I might go on it again today. And that'd be it. And because I could hear my lungs acting up again, right? Getting shortness of breath, and I just wanna be over feeling yucky. This has been 10 months, At least I'm not having the hyperventilation that I had for 6 weeks, almost a good 6 weeks period. And I just want to be healed and delivered, and not sick anymore. But anyway, I got to leave it here and take this before the Lord and pray about it to see what you get in the spirit. But it was an interesting dream. So once I have my cup of tea, if the dream has gone away, and that's when I share it. A lot of times you can have dreams when you wake up that 5 minutes later, you don't remember a thing. Everything fades. Gonna leave it here. God bless you.